The Audi A4, one of the best all-rounders money can buy. But as I bought one from a salvage auction, mine looked a little different. I had to tow it to a body shop to get the front chassis straightened. When it came back, I had to give it a new front rad pack. And today is a bit of a memory test because I need to put everything back on the car that I took off. Wish me luck. And ladies and gentlemen, our good old friend, the recovery driver, yep, the same one which drove the car without any oil in it, has been in touch. And I will update you later on in this video what he has to say for himself. What I'm doing now is undoing the front slam panel so I can slide in the two front friction plates. These need to be in place to screw in the front crash bar. The passenger side slides in first, shortly followed by the driver's side. Then I can put on the front crash bar. The crash bar is finally on. All of that work just so you can have these sort of, you can't see them, but there is where they screw into, and we didn't have those before. There's some sort of, I don't know, like friction cushion. I don't really know what they're for, but we all line up still. All the bolts are in. That's all good. There's good. Good work. Right, what's next? What's next is the intercooler. So I was planning on installing this headlight because there's nothing wrong with it and I'm trying to get the car as complete as it can be. However, we do have some issues with that. These are the headlight support brackets, and this is the one for the intact headlight, and you can see it's got some damage here. Well, actually, I'll bring it closer to you guys. It's got some damage here. You see, it's supposed to have this sort of tower thing on it, but obviously it doesn't. And I can't install this one because it's broken here, and that's what it's supposed to look like. You guys probably can't tell on camera, but yeah. So basically, we've got two broken headlight brackets. Yeah. Now I'm putting in the front airbox and all the other missing trim pieces. Now I'm just trying to connect up as many electrical connectors and hoses as I can. Sorry guys, the wind's picking up a little bit now, so I apologise if it's affecting the audio, but we have made some cracking progress on the Audi. Let me show you. There you go. So we've got all these shroudy things in. I don't really know what you call them, but the airbox is in. I didn't take that off. That was the body shop that took that off. No, do I? But whatever. This pipe here, it was like that when I found it, so I assume that's OEM. The crash bar is in. It looks dented. I think that's well, it's supposed to be helpful crumple zones, whatever. I've no idea. The whole frame of the car fits in really nicely. as you can see there, and all the bolts are on there. I've plugged in a few of these electrical connectors all around here, like there's one example, there's another one behind here, so sadly you can't see it. But yeah, all these here I assume are to do with like headlights and lights, because for people that are unfamiliar with this car, you've got the main headlight here, and then you've got like a lower headlight here. I've no idea what you call the different lights, but whatever. So yeah, next time I'm going to see if I can get the brackets for the headlights there. I have ordered a passenger headlight for people which haven't seen the previous videos. This headlight was basically smashed and unusable, whereas this one here, it was scratched, but it was usable again. It was still connected to the car, so yeah, that one's still fine, but of course we still need the other bracket. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. So the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the update on the recovery driver. For the people which are unaware, I had to get this car to a body shop so they could straighten up the two front chassis legs. Obviously, I couldn't drive the car there myself, so I had to get a recovery company in to tow the car there and tow it back once the body shop have done all their work. And yeah, towing it there was all okay, no problems, no issues. Driving it back though, completely different kettle of fish. What happened was the body shop took the front radiator off. The problem with that is that for the automatic car, which is what this is, the front radiator has two oil lines that goes into it for coolant for the transmission oil. And so from there you couldn't drive the car basically, but the recovery driver, when he picked up the car, insisted on driving the car. And they all said, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But he did it anyway. So loads of oil came out. So when I got the car back, when I tried to reverse it on the drive, the gearbox was basically knackered. It wouldn't work. I got in touch with the body shop and they explained everything that happened. Me and the body shop sent a joint statement to the recovery team saying that this is unacceptable. What are you on? We didn't hear back from them from that statement, which is unsurprising, but this is the word for word of what the body shop sent in that statement. The driver at our site was shown the car. We advised the driver to bring his truck into our 20,000 square foot unit as there is ample space. He said it's fine, it starts and drives. I told him we only moved the car by trolley and by pushing it as it clearly has half of the front end missing, which is true. He proceeded to get the key and start the car to show me that it's fine to drive. As he drove off, the car leaked all of its oil and my staff members shouted for him to stop. He claims not to have heard this, but I have all of this on CCTV footage. Once outside, he continued to use the vehicle engine to drive onto the truck, even after seeing all of the oil had drained. I have staff witnesses taking pictures and video evidence to support everything I have said. And yeah, he did go on to say other things, but that's his account of what happened with the driver. The only issue I've got with that is, like, if you know the car was going to leak oil everywhere, why would you let him start the car anyway? I don't know, that's really stupid, but whatever. But like I said, we never heard back from them from this. They had every opportunity to reply to us and say, this isn't right, that's not what happened, this is actually what happened. But they didn't, they ignored us, and you know, I was like, that's pretty bad, but whatever, wasn't surprised at all. So I decided to leave a negative but honest review on Google reviews on the recovery company, because you know, that's thousands of pounds worth of damage potentially. Even now, we do not know if the gearbox is 100%. But guess what, guys? The next day, he sent me this text message. He was basically just saying that he wasn't particularly happy with the review I left and that it wasn't his fault, and he was blaming the whole body shop and that they were lying the entire time. We sent a few text messages backwards and forwards, including this one where he says, how am I supposed to know the radiator wasn't on the car if nobody tells me? What are you on? You can physically see the car doesn't have a front radiator. At the end of the day, you're on CCTV, you don't have a leg to stand on. And he said, rubbish, send me over the CCTV then. So obviously I didn't have a copy of it. So I went back to the body shop and said, can you send me over the CCTV? And they replied saying, the CCTV won't show any sound, but it will only show them talking outside the front, asking him to pull his truck inside. And I thought, okay, it's not quite one-to-one what you said earlier in the statement, but whatever. I asked him to send it over to me anyway, as it would still show them talking, which the recovery driver said they didn't speak. Which I'm like, okay, that sounds weird as well. Sadly though, the guy over at the body shop never sent me any CCTV footage, which is really disappointing because that would actually, you know, cement and prove what they were saying was true and that the recovery driver was at fault. At this point, I was kind of on the fence on whose fault it actually was, because both companies on Google have incredibly good reviews. Like the body shop, they do insurance claims, and like I say, they did a very good job at the front. But at the end of the day, both have done contradictory statements. They both said this, and then later on it turns out that's not true. So both, I don't know, something just didn't seem right here. But a couple of days later, the recovery driver sent me this text. Basically, he's seen the videos on YouTube. Yeah, somebody actually watched my videos. And he's basically very politely calling me a liar and saying that when he towed the car onto the tow truck, that the car didn't have the radiator in the first place. I was absolutely livid at this point because, you know, I did a whole video of basically zip tying the front radiator to the car so we get it onto the truck. And obviously, thank God, it is actually on video of the car going onto the truck with the radiator on it. This here is the video of my car being driven onto his tow truck, clearly showing the radiator in place. Not a clue what he's on about. So I said that to him that, you know, if you watch the videos properly, you will see that the car has the radiator on it whilst it's been driven onto your truck. Again, we went backwards and forwards saying, oh, it's not my fault. Oh, it's on CCTV. And, you know, I basically said to him, look, there's nothing I can do. Contact the body shop yourself and deal with it there. He said he had no contacts with them and that basically I would have to arrange that myself. I agreed that I would go contact the body shop to see if they were happy to set up a 3-way WhatsApp group chat so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. I did contact the body shop to see if they were happy with this, but again, they aired me. I got no response, so I don't really know at this point. I swear, if I ever see that son of a bitch again, it is what it is. I can't control people's actions. Now, I'm not intending on addressing this in future videos unless something really big happens. Let's hope it doesn't. And that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video. Peace out.